Today, we're talking about the iPhone SE 2020 and whether it's still a good choice for your daily driver in 2024. Now, let's break it down and see if it's worth considering or if it's just another outdated phone. Long story short, the phone's major weakness isn't the chip or the RAM, it's the battery. Fortunately, there are ways to improve it, but more on that later. So, what's the deal with the SE 2020? Well, it's like a mix of the iPhone 11 borrowing its A13 Bionic chip, the iPhone 10 with the same 3 gigs of RAM, and the iPhone 8 rocking a familiar body and battery capacity. Now, isn't that an interesting combination? Under the hood, it's got that A13 Bionic chip, not the latest, but trust me, it's still a powerhouse. It's running the latest iOS 17.3 like a champ, and it's set to support updates for at least 2 more years, so it's not falling behind anytime soon. Now, let's talk camera. It's nothing mind-blowing, with a 12 megapixel rear and a 7 megapixel front. The single main rear camera obviously isn't the greatest. It has no night mode, so you will have to rely on your flash if you're gonna take pictures in low light. Good for casual snaps of your dog during the day, not so much for serious content creation. I've been checking online what other SE2 owners say about this phone, and the vibes are pretty much positive. User xGawkin says, if you're not hung up about having 5G, it will work just fine. David P. Angrybird says, I still have one and it works great. Another user shares, I've had SE2 for a year now and it's perfect except for the bad battery while listening to music. If you carry a battery pack, there won't be any problems. And I must confirm, the battery is the weak spot. It's not the biggest at roughly 1800 milliamps, but it all depends on how you use the phone. If there's one setting I would recommend changing to extend your battery life, it's this. Go to Settings, then General, and hit Background App Refresh. And make sure the feature is completely off. Doing this will significantly save your battery, as indicated in the text below this feature. I did a hardcore battery drain test last year with this phone with 85% battery health, and the SE2 gave me a solid 3 hours of screen on time. But again, that was pretty extreme, it was mostly all gaming. For everyday stuff like iMessages or browsing the web, you'll get a reliable 7 hours or more of screen on time. And that's enough for a full day without stressing about charging. Okay, let's give this phone a score. Performance, a solid 10 out of 10, no lag, no issues with heavy games. The camera gets a 7 out of 10, still an iPhone 8 camera, but it gets the job done. The screen is a 7 out of 10 too, nothing fancy, but it hasn't given me any headaches. Battery gets 5 out of 10, normal users should be fine, but the power users will be charging this thing 3 times a day. Just keep that in mind. Durability is top notch, 10 out of 10. I dropped this phone a few times and this thing survives it all. Now, let's dive into some more additional pros of this phone and why I think it's still a good phone. First up, IP67 water resistance. Moving on, we have that quick and secure Touch ID for your Apple Pay and stuff. And let's not forget, it supports wireless charging up to 8 watts. But no MagSafe though. Now you can snag one of these for around $150 on Back Market or Swappie. I would specifically recommend this phone to casual users, kids, or maybe older folks. So in a nutshell, the iPhone SE 2020 still holds its ground as a budget-friendly choice in 2024. For the price, it's a sweet deal to step into the Apple ecosystem. Alright, that's all from my side. Thanks for watching. My name is Joey and I'll catch you in the next one.